most civil wars look more like what we're seeing in Iraq now.
I'm not disputing that at all. I'm just saying that the people who don't yet see a civil war there, that argument is not on its face incredibly flawed when there are 150,000 troops of the meanest, baddest army in the world from another country still there. And whether we're largely on the sidelines or not, we are also involved to an enormous extent. And so I'm also not disagreeing with people who say there's a civil war there. I think my interpretation of how things are going, and obviously many of these scholars agree with me. It's me agreeing with many of the scholars, is that once we leave, we will see an obviously undeniable, authentic civil war.
Well, that's what I was going to get to. Look, don't take these scholars as saying something liberal or something like that the Democrats can celebrate, or Jack Murtha or Feingold or anybody, or even us. They say, don't leave. Don't leave. Because, if you like this Civil War, wait till you get a load of the Civil War if we leave.
Right.
And one of the things that is keeping the Civil War dampened a little bit is the heavy, heavy U.S. military presence. Now, the same scholars say, well, there's got to be some time we leave, and how long can we keep this going? And yet, at the same time, our presence also creates a conflict. And honestly, at the end of the piece, they all say, honestly, I don't know that there is a good answer.
Right.
I don't know that we can prevent a civil war or stop the one that's already occurring, whether we stay or we go. But one thing they seem to agree on, which scared the living daylights out of me, and it's something that I don't necessarily agree with, but it scares me because they're obviously have studied this and they know a lot. They certainly know a lot more history and context than we do. It's that they're saying if we leave, it's all out mayhem.
It's interesting because, of course, Republicans who call in here and they're like, well, what is the Democratic solution? And again, we don't know quite. We're trying to figure out the best way to respond to that. I don't know what the Democratic solution is. It's your mess. You created this horrible mess, and I got news for you. You don't have a good solution either. Staying the course is a terrible solution.
Right.
It's a horrific solution.
It's not even a solution. What does it mean?
What does it mean? Because what course? When does the course end?
All right, then here's my solution. Go off the course.
Yeah, and
okay, all right, your dumb idea. Here's my dumb idea.
And look,
your meaningless phrase and my meaningless phrase.
And now we have all these scholars, the Iraqi experts who we know the administration is not talking to, saying, look, your civil war is coming and it'll get worse if you leave, so don't leave. So, because they say, we don't know what you're supposed to do. And there is. That's our response to that a little bit, is that, hey, yeah, there's not anybody who knows. No smart people know what the right thing to do is.
And it's not because they haven't studied it enough. It's not because the Democrats or these scholars or these experts aren't thoughtful enough. By the way, one of them is the Royal Institute for International Affairs in London. The whole institute can't come up with an answer. You know why? Because we are now, some situations are no-win situations. And we've driven to this dead end, and there is no good solution. You're damned if you do and damned if you don't. Damned if you withdraw and maybe more damned if you don't. And so you drive to a dead end and you go, well, God, what's your solution for getting me out of this dead end? Oh, dude, you're the one who drove me here. What's your solution? I mean, I can't open up a road that isn't there. My solution is, I don't know, turn around and go back the other way.
I'll tell you sorry, go ahead, Julie.
I was just going to say, it's literally what children do. Children will create messes and then turn to their parents and say, get me out of it.
You know what? That's a great analogy, Jill. It's what we were talking about on the show last week with the fire that I started with my best friend when we were little kids. Con, he's like, oh, I got a great idea. Let's start a fire in your backyard. And I'm a little kid. I don't know. I go, okay, let's start the fire. We get out there, and the fire starts growing out of control. I'm like, Con, this was fun. How do we put out the fire? And he says, hey, I start them. I don't put them out.
Hey, look, we're going
to. And that's exactly what the Bush administration is saying. Hey, I start the fire. I don't put it out.
Right.